Hello, and welcome to our channel. Here you find amazing content about the top-notch review and recap of episodes from anime cartoon series and their actual action scenes and more. This episode 3 of the reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist into another world. This is part 3 of my recap on the reincarnation of the Strongest Exorcist in another world. Previously, the Strongest Exorcist, who was betrayed and reincarnated in another world. He was treated poorly because he was born without mana, but when he defeats a giant elder Newt Sega, finally gains his father's recognition. He gets to take his brother's spot at the Magic Academy, and he takes IFA to enroll with him as they register for the entrance exam. They meet a girl named AMU, who he recognizes as his disciple from his other life. The two take the written exam, and Etha worries about how she did, but Seika tells her she can make it up during the practical exam. During the practical, the examiner explains that there are targets set up for each of the different elements, and their score is the total of all the targets that they hit. The students proceed to chant their spells and fire at the targets, but Seva is not impressed by their attempts. It comes to Etha's turn, and she uses her flame note spell, creating an enormous flame and even causing the flame-resistant target to burn. Everyone is shot. She used intermediate magic. Without an incantation, Ether continues on to the next target using her Windland spell, which completely destroys the target. She apologizes for the damage, and she is still nervous about passing, but Seika is amazed that she used Wind magic, and she tells him she has been practicing on her own so she could surprise him seeing her growth. Seika starts to tear up. Seika gets called up for his turn, and the others gossip about him having no mana, but Seika shoots his fireball, and they are shocked by his blue flame. Seika moves on to the earth target using his knowledge as spiritual arts. He destroys the granite target by turning it into a crystal. The examiner panics, wondering what spell he just used, but Seika quickly moves on to the water target. Using one of his talismans, he uses his frozen arts producing water, which he turns into a glacier. Everyone is left shocked, and Seika wonders if he overdid it after the exam. The examiners are left in disbelief, especially since IFA was measured to have weak magic, and Sega was meant to have no mana at all. They talk about all the exceptional students, and we see that AMU performed even better, completely destroying all 6 of the targets. They think that she could even be the hero that the legends say will appear when the Demon King is revived. A few days later, the results of the exam are posted, and Etha worries about failing. Sega finds himself in 3rd place, and he wonders who could have beaten him. It turns out Etha is in 2nd place, and Sega can't believe that she beat him. They see that Alma came first, and Etha is impressed by her. A few days later, they get their acceptance letters, and they head to the academy for the welcome ceremony. Etha worries they won't be together because they are going to be in separate dorms, but Seika tells her not to worry. He suddenly gets a strange feeling, and he asks IFA if she can see any spirits. Ether reveals that there are a number of dark spirits, and Seika goes to investigate. They find a huge magic circle and feel something is off, but since it could be the academies, they decide to leave it alone. But Sega leaves behind some of his talismans. Inside the academy hall, there is a feast for the students, and Seika can't help but grab some food. AMU starts to give a commencement speech as the student representative, but as she speaks, Sega has a feeling as the magic circle is activated. He feels something approaching, and the doors are suddenly blown open, and there are some lesser demons that appear. The students panic and run. Sega sees that the demons seem to be looking for something. There are some that stay behind and fight, but Sega sees how weak they are. One of the demons approach, and Seika prepares to step in, but the demon gets cut and almost steps in when she uses her windlets on the demon and engages it in battle. But Sega notices something is off. He looks around the grounds using his talismans and finds the caster by the circle. He warns Etha to stay safe and disappears, leaving only a talisman. Seika approaches the demon in the forest, trying to talk with it, but the demon calls him a fool for challenging him. He summons some more lesser demons, sending them to attack, but Seika instantly crushes 2 of them, and even traps and captures the 3rd one. The demon is impressed, introducing himself as Gallius. The metal demon Seika attacks using his talisman, but the demon destroys it. Seva is surprised it could see his invisible talismans, and tries it again with more talismans, but they also get blocked. The demon shoots out blade, which Seika easily dodges, but it suddenly reappears, and he realizes the demon can teleport the blades. The demon can also shoot fire, and his Seika jumps to dodge the demon, appears behind him cutting him. And he ends up losing one of his arms, remembering that the demons were searching for something. Seika asks what he is after, and the demon reveals that he is looking for the hero. Seika says that the hero is just a legend, but the demon insists that it's real, saying that the years of peace have caused people to forget, and just think of it as a legend. He reveals he received an oracle 12 years ago, and believes AMMU to be the hero. The demon continues to attack with his blades, and Seika gets impaled, and the demon finishes him off as the demon turns to head for the hall. Seika is revealed to be completely fine. The demon is confused how he is alive, and Seika gets stabbed in the head, but says he can just revive the demon, is determined to kill him, and then stop the hero before she becomes the strongest. But Seika, alas, of what it means to be the strongest. The demon attacks, but Seika dodges and floods the area, creating a whirlpool, but the demon gets away using his teleportation. He reappears, and Seika opens a gate, summoning a thunder beast that strikes him with lightning, having drenched the demon beforehand. Seika thinks the fight is over, but as the smoke clears, the demon is missing, and he suddenly gets stabbed from behind, but Seika says he is the one that caught him, and there is a huge explosion. Despite this, the demon survives and starts to get back up, powering up, and says that Seika must be out of his talisman soon. But Seika reveals he has plenty to spare, saying he has been diligently making them for years, deciding to bring things to an end. Seika opens the gate to one of his strongest servants, bringing out his dragon serpent. The demon is shocked to see such a beast, saying that even the demon king wouldn't have a dragon, as it rushes at him and crushing him with a single bite. As Seika tries to call back the dragon goes wild and it tries to get away. Seika gets his talismans after it and manages to herd it back and into its gate. Seika is surprised it rebelled against him, thinking it must be because of his weaker state in this body. Yuki suddenly appears, wondering if it was okay for him to use so many body double talismans, but he says it was necessary to work out the demon's attack patterns. Seika returns to the hall, and Ether is worried about him. Ether tells him that AMMU ended up taking out all three of the lesser demons by herself, and the other students look at her shocked, but also concerned. Seeing their look, Seika can tell that she will end up just like him in the past. He is determined to help her become the strongest so he can sit back and enjoy his life instead. But that's where this video ends. If you enjoyed our review and commentary, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Comment us on which episodes you want us to make amazing review and recap videos for you. Thank you for watching.